All right, hey everybody, PJ Riley, Competition Archery Media out here at the Hoyt Easton Pro-Am, Foley, Alabama. We are starting 2024 ASA 3D season. It's nice. You can probably see the sun just come out of the clouds, hitting me here. It is nice. We are outside. And we're shooting our first target. So what we are is we are here on C Range. We're out with Known Pro. I don't know how many archers are out here, but this group over here has got 5 archers, which is unusual. So this is probably a packed range today. But this is our On The Range feature by Hamskea Archery. And so what we're going to do, we got some cameras out here. We're going to follow along the action. It will be after the round is complete before we can post this. Signal is an issue that we deal with all the time, so we're recording this, but we're going to do it as if we are coming to you live. So it's going to look live to you. So our first group out here, I don't know if you saw the Aoudad target down there, if we saw our impacts.
No, 3.
There we go. Okay. So that's our target cam we got there. We're going to move that around. Actually, we might leave it there for the next round so you can see the arrows hit. But in that first group, we had Jimmy Lutz, who is our record holder here for a Known Pro round at 66 up. 66 up, I believe, was Jimmy's record last year. He's in that group. Remington Boyer was in that group as well. He's won on the ASA circuit. So we're just going to go around the range here, follow the action. If you see little glitches, it's because we ventured too far away from our signal source. It's just one of the realities out here. But record numbers we have out here for this tournament this weekend. We were over 2,000. I believe today yesterday the team round had almost 700 shooters. That was a new record for the ASA, even back to when, before they offered the Friday option. That was a new record for people competing in the team shoot. And that's something that we do Thursday afternoon. So what that means is people are coming in earlier than they used to, earlier than they need to. But the team rounds is a great event. If you come to an ASA, you got to do the team round. But we're going to move targets here, and we'll watch this next group shoot the Aoudad. We got our camera down there. We'll give you picture-in-picture on the Aoudad as soon as our next group moves in. Let's see, we got Thank you. All right, so we're going to watch this group shoot the Aoudad down here. This is Known Pro, so rangefinders obviously are allowed. But we got Landon Cox, James, I forget his last name, they just told me it, Matt Wooten, and Stefan Hansen is in this group. Stefan Hansen, if you were not watching the Lancaster Archery Classic, Stefan put the competition world on its ear by using the 12 ring in the finals. He came out of the gates gunning for that 12 ring. If you haven't seen it, go watch the Open Pro finals from the LAS Classic. Okay. We are looking at Matt Wooten here on the line, shooting the aoudad. Little hitch there. Oh, that's going to be close. Just underneath it, I believe. A little low. All right, here's Landon Cox. So you see this system here where we're able to do picture-in-picture out on the range. Let me assure you, this is not easy. Signal issues. There's two camera people and myself. Well, one guy's at the controller, one cameraman. I'm moving the target cam around. We got a guy on a switcher. There's basically three of us doing this, so that's enough tooting our own horn. Here's Stefan Hansen. But we have a camera sitting downrange. They can't see it. It's kind of in the bushes behind a tree so that you can see exactly where they're shooting. Here comes Stefan. The sun just came out of the clouds there, and it's behind, so now he's got a better sight. Sun went behind the clouds, even lighting. Upper, got it. There is Stefan Hansen, the assassin. Let's ask Stefan a couple questions here. Stefan, how you doing?
Not bad. Well, it's just a start. We'll see. There's a lot of animals to go.
So we were talking, Stefan, about your strategy at the Classic. You used it the way we intended it, but tell folks what your mindset was in going for that 12 ring at the Classic.
I just figured instead of just like shoot 11s out and then suddenly whoever finished the last arrow get the chance to kind of win, I would just like, I'll shoot for it earlier and then see how it goes. And I could feel in practice it wasn't that hard to hit it, and I was feeling pretty comfortable in there. I was considering doing it against Richard too from the start, but I could see he didn't really do it, and I just wanted to like get a feeling of how is it in the stage. But I could feel I was actually feeling pretty good. So again, and against Bodie, I knew I gotta do something because he's shooting really good. So I thought, well, and first arrow for me is always the easiest. So
okay.
It usually gets like a little bit nervous during the 3 arrows. So I thought, why wait until it's harder? Just start it off and shoot a 12 right out.
Dave Cousins the year before came out and tried to do the same thing, but the lighting is different, and he didn't wait for that lighting. But it seemed like you made sure everything was on, and then you started going for it.
Yeah, I didn't really hit much different from practice or anything. It was all good. I just wanted like to get the feeling of, because sometimes you get in there and you feel more nervous than other times. It's even though I have tried most things, I think it's different every time. Like how is your confidence? How are your nerves? How are everything feeling when you get in there? It's always different. So it was kind of nice to, in the first match, just to get a couple of ends. And then third end, I was like, well, we both tied. I mean, I got to try to do something. And I'm not just going to wait it out and then see in the shoot-off. Let me see if I can hit it now.
All right, well, we saw you smoke this 12 down there, Stefan. Good luck today.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Stefan Hansen. When he's on, man, he is tough to beat, and he's got such confidence. Like you heard him talking about going for those 12s at the Classic, and out here, he's going to be aggressive. And just sometimes that comes back to bite you a little bit, but if he's on, he's certainly tough to beat. We got 2 new targets on the ASA this year. Maybe I'm gonna try and find one. It's the mule deer and the impala. So bear with me while I try and find one out here. I'll be back with you in a second. All right, I think we have an impala that's not too far from our base station, so I should be able to set this target cam here in a second. But we took away the large HD deer, which the mule deer is the large H deer body, just different antlers, different paint. And the black buck, I believe it was. And that one was replaced with the impala. Impala's a little beefier than the black buck. The black buck was kind of a skinny little target. And the impala's got once I put it down there, there's a nice line, color line, just like the antelope has. So it gives them some good aiming references. But once again, if you're just joining us, we are here, Hamskea On The Range. Hamskea Archery sponsors this video for us, which is I know the folks at Hamskea appreciate it, but it is a monumental effort to get stuff to work out here, to get all the stuff out and then get it to work. And there's 3 of us running it all, and all I'm doing is working on the mic, so there's really 2 guys doing it all. But we're out here on D range, known pro, day 1. C range, sorry. This is C. Day 1 in the Hoyt Easton Pro-Am, Foley, Alabama. First ASA of the year. First day of scoring for the pros. Packed house here on the known pro range. Right next to us is women's known and senior known, and that's a pretty packed range. They're sharing a range, so there's 2 classes on one range, but it's pretty full up there. I think I saw yesterday there were 21 in the women's known pro, which is up from last year. Known pro, this is always a big one. Always tons of archers out here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have scoring. So what you'll see is after 5 targets, we'll gather the scores, and there's a scoreboard out here. We'll put the scores on that board. And every 5 targets, we update the scoreboard. So I'll come behind and see what our cameras are doing, and I'll tell you what you're all looking at. So we have what we have is we have one static camera, so we have a shot to go through because our target cam is not positioned yet. We have to wait for the guys to go down so I can set it. And then we have a roving cameraman who's moving around with a handheld camera. So I can now go set our target cam on the Impala. So this range, C range here, there's see here. I stopped. You told me you could. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So now we got our Impala target cam placed. Got a little backup. This is where the range slows down. So one group could be a little bit slower, and then everybody behind them gets slowed down, moving from target to target. All right, here we go. Gonna see what's up. Who's got scorecards? I just seeing for names. I like that little pouch. All right, so here we got on this range shooting the Impala. We got Luke Thompson, Gage Kellett, Jeremy Dunn, and Marco Aliris. Marco, how do you pronounce your last name? Aliris. I got it. All right, so they are shooting the new target, the Impala. There you go. Thank you, sir. This is Luke Thompson shooting here. And this target's kind of short for the known pro range. Of course, they're using rangefinders. I'm gonna guess it's under 40. I'm standing back from it, but I think it's in the 30s. So he's calling upper, and from my distance, I can see the upper has been shot up, so he's got a good aiming reference on it. Again, he's got that white line breaking from the brown body. So he can see that pretty good. Did he get it? The cameraman looking at it? Oh, our camera went out of focus. Sorry about that. just to the right for a 10. Now we've got Gage Kellett up. So what's happening is our camera's a little bit far away from it. A little far away from our transmitter, so the camera quality on the target's not quite as good, but that was an 8 for Gage. Okay, this is Jeremy up here, up at the stake now. Known Pro is our biggest pro class here at the ASA. So there are a lot of folks. Gunning at that lower, just missed to the right for a 10. Now we got Marco Aliris. So kind of the issue they're having here early is the sun goes out, then it comes back. It goes behind the clouds, then it comes out. So the light really changes. I believe he got that. Yep, I heard congrats. So Marco hits the 12 on the Impala. But yeah, the lighting is just changing by the second. Bright sunlight, dark shadow. The way we're shooting now, it's either going to be even light when the sun's behind the clouds, or it's going to be a pretty good shadow because the sun's kind of behind it. The other side of the range, either the target is even lighting or the sun's right on it. But I was saying earlier that this range is one of the ranges that's mostly open. We're in a pine plantation kind of setting, so the trees aren't tight together. It's very open. The wind's coming through. The other set of ranges today where our unknown archers are shooting is dense hardwoods, tight lanes, dense tree canopy, dense cover all around. They're probably not feeling any wind at all over there. We're looking at, I believe, another 5. Yeah. No, that group has 4.
Who'd you have to hire for that?
Yes, so we do want to remind folks this is the Hoyt Easton Pro-Am. And so, something that I think is pretty cool, unique, these bow manufacturers are often the big sponsors for these ASA events. Well, Hoyt's CEO, Zach Kurtzals, he's here and he's shooting. And he's the only bow manufacturer CEO that I could think of who comes out here and does this. He's competing. I think he's shooting. I know he's shooting known class. I think it's. Sorry, Zach. I think it's senior known. I believe he's over 50. I'll ask Jesse. He'll know. But anyway, I think that's cool that Zach Kurtzels comes out here and he comes out to shoot. Of course, he's here to represent Hoyt, but he's going to be on the range competing as well. If he's not senior known, he's in K50. All right, so in this group, we're going to have Jesse Broadwater, Preston Roberson, Christian Clark, and Eric Morris. Those are our 4 archers. Thank you, sir. First up, Preston. Well, that was Preston Roberson getting his range. Here comes Eric Morris. And that guy may look familiar to you, Jesse Broadwater. So I'm told the Impala is 38 yards. So my guess of it being under 40 was right, but I would have shot it for a lot less than that. Doing unknown. So here's Jesse Broadwater, Hoyt and Easton Pro for the Hoyt Easton Pro Am.
Nah, should be fine.
Got a good breeze coming through here now. That's got to be in there. That's the... So what's happening is our camera's changing its focus. It's on autofocus and it's changing out, but where Jesse shot is right in the dark. There's a dark circle because it's shot up in the upper, and he's right in it, getting a close look. We think it might be in, might be out. Left side. All right, so yes, Zach Kurtzels is, and actually he's shooting senior known pro. So good for Zach. Hoyt CEO out here. Of course, he can shoot. Big bow hunter, that's his main thing. I was talking to him yesterday about shooting a giant bull in Utah. You can check out his Instagram that he shot. Over 370 inches. Took him 19 years of putting in, applying, and he finally got his tag and made the most of it. So there's the lower. For that is Christian Clark. He got it. Now we got Eric Morris. We'll stick with the Impala through the next group, and I'll go down there and fix the focus so we can get a better look. So, yes, if you like this format, leave a comment in the sections there. I will tell you, logistically, there are many hurdles. That looked like a good shot. Yeah, Eric Morris, another 12. But we think this is what we need for coverage of 3D. You know, we have the finals covered to the nth degree, and that is Saturday night, incidentally, 3:45 Eastern Time. We will be starting on Facebook and YouTube. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll start at 5 p.m. on the Sportsman's Channel. I'm going to go down and fix this camera, and I'll be back in a second. All right, in this group, we got Christopher Perkins, Kagan Raffensberger, Robert Householder, and Colton Anderson. Thanks, Robert. Yes. All right, we should get a better look at this Impala now. But as I was saying, 3:45, Facebook and YouTube. We will start with the Senior Pro and then Senior Known Pro. 5 p.m. Sportsman's Channel as well as Facebook and YouTube. We'll start with Known Pro, and then what we'll do is have a target change, and we'll do all of our, we'll have Women's Known Pro followed by Known Pro, and then we'll finish up with Women's Pro and Open Pro. Oops. So that's our order of the finals. But here's Christopher Perkins on the Impala, 38 yards. Got it. I am. Did Christopher Perkins call upper? He did. So he got it. Nice shot. All right. So this is Kagan Raffensperger. Kagan shooting. So if you got to look there, yeah, Kagan was shooting a new Alpha X. Kagan, is that 34 or 33? 33. Alpha X 33. So what most folks would probably consider a hunting bow, but he's shooting it out here in an open setup because it's good enough. It's certainly good for that. We are shooting the impala in its native Alabama habitat. Here's Robert Householder shooting the Hoyt Stratus. So I think he shot a 10, and it looks like there we go. We're saying, Robert says close. Our cameraman says you hit it. We have a camera down there. Right next to it. Robert, yeah. So we have the Hoyt Easton Pro-Am, Hoyt shooter here. Let me ask you, how cool is it? So you're shooting for Hoyt. Zach Kurtzels is right up there, company CEO, shooting senior known pro.
I think it's pretty awesome. He's out here shooting, having actual people that are running companies out here shooting their bows and out here mingling with the people.
I thought that was pretty cool myself. Got to talk to him yesterday. How is your round going for you? I think this is the 5th target?
6th target is 50-50. So we're hitting them in just quarter inch or closer. So we're all over it. We'll see how it ends up.
Gotcha. All right, Robert. Good luck the rest of your round.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. All right, folks. So we are going to wrap this up now. Our battery is now at 13% power. You can see how long this broadcast has been. We started out at 100%, 13% battery. That's how much juice it takes to run all this stuff. So before we die, appreciate you hanging with us for Hamskea On The Range. Again, if you like this style of coverage, leave a comment in the section below. We do what we can. We understand it's not perfect. We're not perfect, but we try and do what we can. So appreciate you. And don't forget the broadcast Saturday starting at 3:45 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, the Competition Archery Media, 5 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and the Sportsman's Channel as well.